Joining me now, one of my favorite people to talk about one of my favorite subjects, cars. Wayne Carini, he's out with a new book. It's called Steering Through Life. Fascinating. Wayne, good to see you here in the program. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
You and I have had a lot of fun over the years, including this conversation in front of your Buick Roadmaster convertible.
Yeah, that's the Rain Man Buick.
Which was absolutely an amazing car, and I was so honored to be able to sit in it. So you kind of grew up in the golden age of automobiles. As a kid, when do you remember falling in love with cars?
Oh, geez, my father restored cars for a living when I was growing up, and then my cousin built hot rods outside the family farm in a shed next to the barn. So, you know, cars were in my blood from day one. And my father was the founder of the Model A Restorers Club of America.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, we were brought up in it. I started going to Hershey, to the flea market and to the large event in Hershey, Pennsylvania when I was 6 years old. And so it's never stopped.
Car design was amazing, too, over the years. Just all the things that you've seen, the trends from fins to various colors to plaid interiors to everything.
Yeah, we love fins, that's for sure. But, you know, cars have evolved, and if you really think about it, it's been around for just over 100 years. And it's really hard to think that.
100 years, isn't that amazing?
Just over 100 years. And so cars have evolved very quickly. You know, now we have electric cars, of course, and we have cars with, you know, 1,200 horsepower. And all sorts of great things are happening in the car industry.
You know, it's interesting because you've told me some amazing stories. You'll get a call from someone who said, my husband died and I have 6 cars in my garage. What do I do with them? And you go over there and you find these rare things.
Happens all the time, and that's a wonderful thing for me.
Yes, it is.
It's good for business, but it's also good that I'm able to help people selling their cars and help them on that journey. Because it's very difficult to sell someone's collection. You know, a husband dies or a wife dies or just things change in your life and you want to make sure that the cars are going to the right people. I'm there to help.
I'm always surprised because, you know, I put 25,000 miles or so in my car every year, and then you find people that have cars in their garages that are 50 years old with 30,000 miles on them.
Absolutely.
If not less.
Absolutely. Well, I just have a Studebaker. It's a Starliner Coupe 1954. It has 7,000 miles on it from 1954.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, people, and cars are parked in garages sometimes because they're broken. You know, something happened to it, they put it in the garage and they said, I'll get to it later. I found a Stutz Bearcat down in Statesboro,
wow.
Georgia, and it was parked there in 1931. It's a 1921 because it had a bad head gasket. And then I found it about 7 or 8 years ago, and hardly any miles on it. So.
Yeah, so people just put it in the garage and, well, I'll fix that later, and 30 years
things
later.
Get in, you know, life gets in the way, certain things happen.
What's your advice for someone who wants to break into collecting antique cars?
Well, buy something that you love and something that's unusual. You know, you go to an automobile show and you want to be somebody that's got the unusual car, people are going to come up. So let's say a Pinto station wagon is kind of a cool car, or a Gremlin, something like that, just to get your foot in the door. And then go to many different car events, join car clubs, and it sort of evolves, it happens.
You know, it's interesting because you look at the cars made today and I know the shades of colors that are offered are very limited right now. There's like 3 shades of gray, maybe blue and red, and some of these sedans, they all look alike. It doesn't seem like there are that many cars being built today that will be collectors in the future.
Well, the styling is something that, you know, we grew up in that great age of styling. General Motors with the big fins, and you know, Studebaker made such great cars. Yeah. And now everything sort of looks like a piece of utility, like a refrigerator going down the road.
It's like an appliance.
It is an appliance.
So tell me about your book. What will people learn?
So Steering Through Life is a book that we put together. It's about my life and how good and bad things. You know, we have an autistic daughter, and how autism has affected our lives deeply. So, you know, little things like that, the highs and lows, all the cars. And this is my life before chasing classic cars, which was the series I did on Discovery Channel, 18 seasons, and it's shown in over thank you.
I love that show.
Shown in over 100 countries, and my voice is dubbed in 34 languages.
And I want to talk about autism because you use this car to promote and educate about autism. How was that?
So because of this movie, Rain Man, our lives changed as parents with autism child, because people sort of realized what autism was about a little bit more than they knew before they saw the movie. And after the movie was out for about 2 years, Barry Levinson, who was the director of the movie, bought this car after the movie, and he sent it to me to be restored because he saw my autistic daughter on my TV show, Chasing Classic Cars. And what really is an unusual thing is that I got done with it, and he says, I have no place to keep it right now. Could you keep it for me? Well, it's been 16 years I've been keeping the car, and I get to use it to promote autism charity events, and he's happy to have me have it, and it's a good marriage.
Today is November 2nd. Coming up on November 6th, you have a big event. Tell us about it.
So it's Autism Families Connecticut, and it's our fundraiser. It's our big fundraiser of the year. It's at the Pond House, and people, if they want to know more, want to donate, or want to buy tickets to the dinner, Autism Families Connecticut or autismfamiesct.org.
autismfamiesct.org. Tough question, but do you have a favorite car of all time?
My favorite car is the next car.
The next car.
The next one, yeah. You're always on the chase, always on the hunt. So.
But you talk about people who like, you know, I mean, there are people who love Corvettes, right? Yeah. I'm not a big Corvette fan. I'd prefer to have a station wagon. Now, that's weird. People
I love
think
station wagons.
that's
you
nuts.
and I, we've got the same thoughts. I have an
like
Audi.
Those station wagons.
You know, I've got an Audi wagon. I've got a Cadillac CTS-V wagon. And I've got Paul Newman's Volvo station wagon.
Oh, do you really?
Paul built 3 of them with Ford engines in them.
Wow.
And I have Paul's original car. Yeah. But I think, to answer your question, a 250 short wheelbase Ferrari 1960 is probably my favorite car of all time.
That'd be nice. I think I would want like a 1960 Chrysler Imperial convertible.
That's
probably the
car.
biggest fins of all kind. They come in amazing colors, but someday,
car.
someday, if anyone's watching who has one, just
people want to buy the book, they can go to waynecarini.tv and go to our store there and can purchase the book.
The book is Wayne Carini, Steering Through Life. Wayne, always great to see you in the program. Thank you so much, and best of luck at your event this Thursday.
Thank you very much.
In a moment, a big honor for a member of the ABC News team right here in Connecticut. And looking to connect with us this week, we welcome emails at thisweek@wtnh.com. You can also find me on X, Instagram, and Facebook. This Week in Connecticut. We'll be right back.